All right, we're going to look at number 4 here. But before we do, I want to actually go over the trick we're going to use on this one. Okay, there it goes. And the trick is actually kind of a simple idea. So if I were ever going to do something like that where I'm looking at the square meters, so the square is that tricky part, is how you take care of that. So what I would do to solve that on any other normal problem is something along the lines of this. So if I don't know, we're going to say we had 100 square centimeters, and we want to know how many square meters that is. The conversion factor is just going to look at centimeters and meters separately, because what we easily know is that 1 meter has 100 centimeters. And I set it up like this so the units would cancel out just like a dimensional analysis does, but that shouldn't cancel out because it has a square and this does not. But what I'm going to do is figure out how many square centimeters are in a square meter by squaring the whole conversion factor. And then when I do my calculation, I really do get away with just doing 100 divided by 100 squared. So I don't really need to know how many actual square meters are in there. I just need to know how to let the calculator do all that work for me. I don't know why I wrote that 1 over there, but let me fix that. Because it's not 1 meter. It's actually 0.01. All right. So on a question like 4, what we're going to do a little bit differently. There's 2 ways to approach this. One way actually is to actually take that first thing, those 22 yards, and convert it separately. But I'm not going to do it that way. What I'm going to do is actually combine those and get an actual area right off the bat as soon as I stop clicking outside that box. There we go. All right, so 22 yards times 220 yards is that area that makes up the acre. And it wants me to convert that to square meters. So I'm going to go and start by converting my yards into feet. And of course that's 3 feet is 1 yard. And actually I'm going to do that a little bit different now I think about it. Since I need to go to metric, I want to go all the way down to inches anyway. And I happen to remember that 1 yard is 36 inches. Now I'll just save that calculation time. And the reason I did that is because the conversion from English to metric that I remember is that 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And I wanted to use that one, so I knew I needed to go to inches. And then since this wants square meters, I'm going to change my centimeters into meters. And just like a normal dimensional analysis, you'll see the units fully cancel out, but that doesn't get both of them because this was end up being a square yards, so I need to square each one of those. And that'll give me my square meters. So I have 22 times 220 be times 36 squared. That ain't gonna work. Times 2.54 squared. And then divided by 100 squared. Numerically, I get 4,047. And one pen. 4,047 square meters. But I really only have 2 significant figures from each of these, so I need to change that to only 2 significant figures. So this one actually has to be written in scientific notation.